Hey guys, so welcome to another one of my leg workout videos. Today I'm just going to do a voiceover, so just talking while footage plays of my leg workout that I did the other day, just so I can give you guys some pointers, tips and tricks on what I did, because the day after I was extremely sore. So as you can see, I started off with just 5 minutes on the stairs. I tend to get really bored doing any form of cardio that's on a machine, so I tend to change it up a little bit by doing like 1 minute normal steps, another minute skipping a step each time, going sideways, just anything to change it up. Then obviously starting off with my dynamic stretches, so just a couple of leg swings, really opening up the joints and my hips. I get really bad hips, so I always make sure my hips are really free and not cracking all the time, because especially when I'm about to do heavy squats, because I don't want to injure myself or do anything like that. So then I moved on to some glute activation or glute pumpers. Here I'm just using a mini band. It's Michelle Bridges from Big W, $15. So I highly recommend buying some of those because they are lifesavers. Mainly doing this before I work out, just so I can get some blood into the muscle, which is really going to optimize glute hypertrophy, which is muscle growth in that area, because that's something I really want to build on, rather than just focusing on my legs. More targeting my glutes. Then I moved on to obviously lightweight squats. Because I was going to move on to heavy squats, I did a couple of sets just without weight, just getting my body ready for that movement, and just further warming up my joints and muscles. Then moving on to my working sets, so I started off with 60 kilos and then went up to 70 in this set. As you can see, I'm wearing a weight belt, which keeps my spine and core kind of tight and keeps them engaged when I do squats. So it's another way to prevent injury, because I tend to curve my back, so you want to keep your back straight when you do squats. I was really happy with my squats this day, as I did probably 6 to 8 reps by myself. So especially with 70 kilos, that's a lot of weight. But I plan to add on to this each week by adding like a 5 kilos maybe, and see how we go from there. So that's my plan, because I really want to improve my squats strength wise. That's just something I've always wanted. It looks pretty cool, so yeah, that's one of my goals. The next exercise I did was weighted step ups, single leg. So stepping up, making sure the weight is more focused on my heel rather than my toes, just because this actually puts emphasis on the glutes rather than the quad and the hamstring muscles, especially with glute hypertrophy being one of my main goals. Obviously I would want the weight to be on my heel, but if you're looking for more leg specific, making sure that your weight is distributed through your foot. So I did 10 on each leg, I think 10 to 12, and then moved straight on to Smith machine kickbacks. So this was a superset. So with this one, finding yourself a Smith machine on all fours, neutral spine, and basically you might need, if you're new to this one, make sure you have a friend nearby so you don't hurt yourself, and they can kind of hold the bar for you. But because I've done this like a million times, it comes naturally to me. So making sure you place your foot in the way that the Smith machine doesn't actually lock on the way down or up. And yeah, just really pushing up with your heel, and this is going to really emphasize the glutes, and you'll be so sore the next day, trust me. Then, as you can see here, the next exercise is Bulgarian split squats. So back leg elevated on a platform, with your toes, I guess, on the whatever it is you're leaning on. Bringing your other foot forward and placing your weight on your heel. You want to make sure your front knee doesn't go over your toe. If it does, that means your legs are too close together and you need to put your front leg out more. Making sure you're squeezing your butt and also having your back straight so that you don't hurt yourself. And yeah, just again making sure that your weight is on your heel for the front foot and that you're really squeezing that back leg's butt cheek, because this is really where it's going to start to burn. And oh man, guys, this is like one of the best exercises that's worked for me in regards to growing the glutes. And yeah, it's an absolute killer. So I hope you don't hate me after this one. I actually supersetted this with stiff leg deadlifts. So just grabbing a lighter weight, and I was worrying more about higher reps with this one. So I did 10 1 3/4 reps. So I do 1 full rep and then kind of like 3/4, so just over half a rep. That makes sense. And that would be my 1. So I do 1 3/4, and then I do another 1 3/4, and that'd be 2. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but anyways, I did 10 of those and then 10 full ones. And yeah, your hamstrings should be on fire. So with this one, feet shoulder width apart, making sure your back is straight and your shoulders are rolled back, sticking your butt out on the way down, making sure there's a slight bend in your knees because you don't want them to be fully extended, but you also don't want them to be bent either. It's just kind of like you're trying to touch your toes but cheating. You know how like in primary school, like you do the sit and reach test, but you'd sort of bend your knee so you could touch your toe. It's kind of like that. So don't fully bend your knee, but don't fully extend it either. Then another superset, so leg extensions with glute bridges. With the leg extensions facing my toes inwards, really focusing on my outer thighs. And then with the glute bridges, I know it's super awkward to get into, but making sure like your shoulder blades, like the bottom of your shoulder blades are on the seat, and then just kind of extending up with your hips. So as you can see here, my feet are pointed inwards. I actually tried to point to my feet, but the camera doesn't actually show it. So I do like 10 with my feet normal and then 10 with my feet in. This really burns the quads, and then I moved on to 12 really heavy glute bridges. So making sure your feet are shoulder width apart with the glute bridges and really going slow on the way down, so that the eccentric movement, and then exploding on the way up, so the concentric movement. Lastly, finishing off with hamstring curls. So starting at a weight that I could do 10 reps with, and then lowering it each time until I got to the lightest weight and did as many as I can. I did that 3 times, so 3 sets of as many reps as possible. So it's kind of like just a massive drop set. Making sure my feet are flexed and they're not pointed. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my leg workout and it gives you a couple of ideas to fit into your routine. But yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.